Hello students, so in this video I'm going to complete Vision Test Series 1, complete questions, 100 questions. So the first question is, consider the following statements with respect to freedom of religion enshrined in the Constitution. So first statement is, it includes the freedom to not follow any religion, which is correct. Second statement is, it bars all religious conversions. So second statement is wrong. Why? Because all religious conversions are accepted under freedom of religion. And the third statement is, it is not applicable to foreign nationals. Third statement is also wrong. Why? Because it is applicable to foreign nationals. So only first statement is correct. So option A is a correct answer. Second question, under Article 360 of the Constitution, the power to proclaim financial emergency is vested under. So it is vested under the President. So option C is a correct answer. Third question is, recently the Forest of India Report 2021 was published. Consider the following statements in this regard. So first statement is, it is prepared annually by the Forest Survey of India. So the first statement is wrong. Why? Because it is prepared by Forest Survey of India, but it is not annually, it is biannually. It is prepared 2 times a year. So first statement is wrong. The second statement is, there has been an increase in the forest cover of more than 10,000 square kilometers. No, the second statement is also wrong. Why? Because there was been increase in forest cover for about 2,261 square kilometers. That's it, not 10,000. So second statement is also wrong. Coming to the third statement, maximum increase in the forest area in the last 2 years has been witnessed in Madhya Pradesh. So here Madhya Pradesh, in area wise, it has the highest forest cover, but the maximum increase in forest cover in the last 2 years has been witnessed in Andhra Pradesh, followed by Telangana. So third statement is also wrong. So option D, 1, 2, 3, all these are not correct. Coming to the fourth question, which of the following are the similarities between Indian parliamentary system and British parliamentary system? So only one similarity is present in these options. Only majority party rule is a similarity. There is no supremacy of parliament and there is no elected head of the state. So only third statement is correct. So option C is a correct answer. Coming to the fifth question, consider the following functionaries of Niti Aayog. So in Niti Aayog we have vice chairman, special invitees, CEO. So all these vice chairmen, special invitees and CEO are appointed by Prime Minister. So option A is a correct answer. Coming to the sixth question, Indian form of government is described as a federation with centralizing tendency. Which among the following provisions of the Constitution supports this tendency? So a single and flexible constitution. First statement is correct. Second statement, provision of all India services. And third statement is appointment of state governor by the center. So all this 1, 2 and 3 support the tendency of the centralizing tendency of the Constitution. So option D is a correct answer. Coming to the seventh question, consider the following statements regarding the National Population Register. So first statement is, only citizens are included in National Population Register is wrong. Why? Because all the usual residents of the country are included in this National Population Register. Coming to the second statement, it is mandatory for every usual resident to register in NPR. Second statement is correct. And the third statement is, the data of NPR was first collected in 2010 along with the house listing phase of census 2011. So third statement is also correct. So only 2 and 3. Option B is a correct answer. Eighth question, consider the following statements. So first statement is, there is no limit to the power of the parliament to amend the constitution is wrong. First statement is wrong. Why? Because even for the parliament there is a limit. We can't amend the constitution as we like, because there is something called basic structure of constitution. So for even parliament cannot amend the basic structure of the constitution. So first statement is wrong. Second statement, only the president can decide whether any matters to form part of basic structure of the constitution. So it is not president, it is Supreme Court. Only the Supreme Court can decide whether any matter forms a part of basic structure of the constitution. So both these statements are wrong. So it is option D, neither 1 nor 2. Ninth question, consider the following statements regarding the ancient infrastructure investment bank. So India is the second largest shareholder of the bank. This is correct. And second statement is both USA and Japan are not its members. So second statement is also correct. So option B, both 1 and 2 are correct. 10th question, which of the following may be the drawbacks of democracy? First statement is leaders keep changing in a democracy, which could lead to instability. First statement is correct. Second statement, democracy may lead to corruption as it is based on the electoral competition. So second statement is also correct. Coming to the third statement, democracy increases the chances of rash or irresponsible decision making. So it is not correct. Why? Because irresponsible decision making is not made. Several discussions, several sessions to bring an act or to bring a bill is extended for a correct decision making. So third statement is completely wrong. So option A only is a correct answer. 11th question, which of the following statements is or are correct regarding fundamental rights? So the first statement is they are sacrosanct in nature and cannot be amended. No, option first statement is wrong because fundamental rights can also be amended. So first statement is wrong. Second statement, they are available against the actions of both state and private individuals. Second statement is correct. Third statement is they operate as checks on the tyranny of both executive and the legislature. Even the third statement is correct. So option C is a correct answer. 12th question, which of the following statements is or are correct with regard to the fundamental duties? So they can be used by the courts to determine the constitutionality of the law. So first statement is correct. Second statement is they can be enforced by the parliament through legislation. So second statement is also correct. So option C is the correct answer. 13th question, which of the following is or are features of Indian secularism as adopted by the constitution? So religion is a personal matter and there is no interference by the state. No, really in our secularism is where the government balances all the religious things equally. So first statement is wrong. States interfere in the religious matters. So article 20 and 30, freedom of religion, all these are related in the constitution. So first statement is wrong. Second statement is no citizen can be denied entry into any educational institutions of the state on the grounds of religion or caste. So second statement is correct. Coming to the third statement, every religious denomination has the right to establish and maintain charitable institutions without any limitations. So here without any limit, it is not without any limitations. It has some limitations. Even the charitable institutions also have limitations. So 1 and 3 are wrong, only 2 is correct. So option C is the correct answer. 14th question, which of the following Supreme Court cases is or are related to disputes or conflicts between fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy? So here Golaknath case of 1967 and the Minerva Mills case of 1980 are related to the disputes between fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy. Coming to the 15th question, which of the following would fall under the definition of state as defined in Article 12 of the Constitution? So this Delhi Metro Rail Station, UIDAI, Niti Aayog, RBI, all these come under Article 12 under the definition of the state. So option D is the correct answer. 16th question, the Weddell Sea recently seen in news is located in which of the following regions? So the Weddell Sea is located in Antarctica region. Antarctica. So option D is the correct answer. Coming to the 17th question, with reference to the Central Vigilance Commission, consider the following statements. So first statement is it is a constitutional body. It is not a constitutional body. First statement is wrong. It is a statutory body and is established in 1964. And the second statement is its chairmen and members are appointed by the president. So second statement is correct. So only option B is correct answer. First is wrong. Why? Because it is a statutory body. Now 18th question is, which of the following is or are correct with reference to the right to constitutional remedies provided under Article 32 of the Constitution? So the first statement is, it is invoked to determine the constitutionality of any executive order or legislation if it directly infringes any of the fundamental rights. So first statement is correct. Second statement is, the Supreme Court has original and exclusive jurisdiction in case of enforcement of fundamental rights. So here second statement is wrong. Why? Because the Supreme Court has original jurisdiction under Article 32 of the Constitution, and for exclusive jurisdiction, the High Court has the exclusive jurisdiction under Article 226 of the Constitution. So option 2 is statement 2 is wrong. Coming to the third statement, it is a basic feature of the Constitution and cannot be taken away even by the constitutional amendment. So 1 and 3 statements are correct. So option C is the correct answer. Coming to the 19th question, which of the following are the reasons for creating union territories in India? So first statement is cultural distinctiveness. Second is strategic importance. Third is the interest of tribal people. Fourth is administrative consideration. So all these are correct. So for option D is the correct answer. So here, based on the cultural distinctiveness, Puducherry, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu are created into union territories. Based on the strategic importance, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep Islands were created. And based upon the interest of tribal people, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura and Arunachal Pradesh were created. And based on the administrative consideration, Delhi and Chandigarh were created. So here option D is a correct answer. Now coming to the 20th question, which of the following fall within the purview of freedom of speech and expression as guaranteed under Article 19 of the Constitution? So freedom of silence and right to telecast, right to know about the government activities, all this 1, 3 and 4 are related under Article 19, but right to strike is a legal right. Okay, so only option A, that is 1, 3 and 4 are the correct answers. So option A is the correct answer. 21st question, consider the following statements with respect to National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. So first statement is, it is a statutory body constituted under the Child Labour Protection and Regulation Act of 1986. So first statement is wrong. Why? Because it is a statutory body, but it is constituted under Protection of Child Rights Act of 2005. So first statement is wrong. Coming to the second statement, it has been designed as the agency to monitor provisions of the Right to Free and Compulsory Education Act. So second statement is correct. Option B is only the correct answer. Coming to the 22nd question, consider the following statements regarding Parak Portal program. So under this, first statement is, it will conduct assessments for both students and teachers at schools. Second statement is, it is launched by the All India Council for Technological Education. So first and second statements both are correct. So option C is a correct answer. 23rd question, consider the following statements with reference to the idea of liberalism in the context of Indian Constitution. So first statement is, Indian liberalism gives primacy to rights to individuals over rights to community. So first statement is wrong. Why? Because Indian liberalism gives importance to right to community over the right to individuals. So second statement is, reservation for SC/ST communities in the Constitution are examples of Indian liberalism. So option B is the correct answer. First statement is wrong, but second statement is correct. So only B is the correct answer. Now coming to the 24th question, Which of the following issues can be taken up by the National Human Rights Commission, NHRC? So first statement is issues of manual scavenging. Yes, it can be taken. Second statement is problems faced by notified and denotified tribes. This also can be taken. Third statement is issues related to right to health. Even third is also, even these also are taken. So option C is the correct answer. All these are taken up by the NHRC. 25th question, World Employment and Social Outlook Report Trends 2022 was published by. So it was published by International Labour Organization. So option B is the correct answer. 26th question, with reference to Election Commission, consider the following statements. So the first question is conditions of office and tenure of office are provided under Article 324. First statement is wrong, because conditions of office and tenure of office are provided by the President. First statement is wrong. Second statement is Chief Election Commissioner exercises veto power over the matters discussed in Election Commission. So second statement is also wrong. So it is the Election Commission of India exercises veto power over the matters discussed in Election Commission. So it is present under Article 324. So second statement is also wrong. Coming to the third statement, Chief Election Commissioner does not hold office during pleasure of President. Third statement is correct. So option B is the correct answer. 27th question, consider the following: President rule, national emergency, and third one is martial law. Which of the above special circumstances have or has an effect on the fundamental rights of the Indian citizens? So here national emergency and martial rule have an effect on fundamental rights of Indian citizens. So only 2 and 3 are correct. So option C is a correct answer. Coming to the 28th question, which of the following directive principles were added by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act? So first statement is to secure opportunities for a healthy development of children. Second statement is this is added. First statement is correct. Coming to the second statement, to promote equal justice and to provide free legal aid to the poor. Second statement is also correct. Coming to the third statement, to minimize inequalities in income, status, facilities and opportunities. Third statement is wrong. Fourth statement is to promote the development of the Hindi language. No, fourth statement is also wrong. So only 1 and 2 statements are correct. So only 1 and 2 are added by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act to the directive principles. So only option A is a correct answer. 29th question, who among the following do not hold office during the pleasure of President? So option A is Attorney General, which is wrong. Option B is Attorney General hold office during the pleasure of President. So first statement is wrong. Second statement is Comptroller and Auditor General. Yes, the Comptroller and Auditor General, members of UPSC and Chief Election Commissioner, all these members do not hold office during the pleasure of President. Okay, so 2, 3 and 4. Option B is a correct answer. Whereas Attorney General hold office only during the pleasure of President. Coming to 30th question, consider the following statements with regard to the Padma Awards. So first statement is Padma awardee can be given a higher award only after 5 years of conferment of earlier award. First statement is correct. Second statement is the Padma Awards Committee is headed by Cabinet Secretary. Second statement is also correct. And the third statement is there is a provision for seeking written consent of the recipients before the announcement of the award. So there is no such provision. Only 1 and 2 statements are correct. So option A is the correct answer. Coming to the 31st question, constitutional provisions are given, country adopted from are given. So fundamental rights. So fundamental rights are adopted by USA, not France. Directive principles of state policy are adopted by Ireland, from Ireland. So second statement is correct. Coming to the third one, cabinet form of government is adopted by the Britain. So 2 and 3 statements are correct. So for 31, option A is the correct answer. Coming to the 32nd question, with a reference to State Election Commission, consider the following statements. So first statement is, it has been empowered to conduct elections to panchayats through 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act. First statement is correct. Second statement is, the functions of delimitation, reservation, rotation of panchayat seats is vested in State Election Commission. So second statement is also correct. So third statement is, State Election Commission submits its annual report to the Election Commission of India and to the governor. So here the State Election Commission doesn't submit any report to governor or Election Commission. So third statement is wrong. Only option A, that is 1 and 2 statements are correct. Coming to the 33rd question, consider the following pairs. So the National Commission for Minorities falls under Ministry of Minority Affairs, not this one, Ministry of Social and Justice Empowerment. This is Social Justice and Empowerment. It is the National Commission for Minorities falls under Ministry of Minority Affairs. Coming to the second statement, National Commission for Women is falls under the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Second statement is correct. Third pair is National Commission for Scheduled Tribes is falls under Ministry of Tribal Affairs. So second and third pairs are correct. So 2 and 3 are correct. Why? First statement is wrong. Why? Because National Commission of Minorities falls under Ministry of Minority Affairs. 34th question, with reference to the Finance Commission, consider the following. First statement is, it is a quasi-judicial body. It is correct. Second statement is, the members hold office for 5 years or till 65 years of age. So second statement is wrong. Why? Because the members of the Finance Commission hold office as specified by the President. So second statement is wrong. Coming to the third statement, the members are eligible for reappointment. Third statement is correct. So 1 and 3 are correct. So option C is the correct answer. 35th question. Recently, Airtel Payment Bank was awarded scheduled bank status by the RBI. So in this context, consider the following statements. So first statement is, every scheduled bank is eligible to a member of clearing house. So first statement is correct. Coming to the second statement, payment bank can provide debit and ATM cards. So second statement is also correct. And the third statement is, payment bank's deposit limit is rupees 1 lakh per person. So third statement is wrong. It is not 1 lakh per person. So first and second statements only are correct. So option A is the correct answer. 36th question. India has been using the constitution as a basic framework within which the government operates. So which of the following are not the reasons for it? So 36th is, first option A is, the judicial and political practice have shown flexibility in the implementation of the constitution. So it is the correct reason. Second is, the basic framework of the constitution suits our country. It is also correct. Third statement is, the constitution makers were very far sighted and provided for solutions for many problems. So C is also correct. Option D is, the Constitution of India is sacred document and cannot be changed. Our constitution can be changed through an amendment under Article 368. So option D is the wrong answer. It is not correct. So option D is the answer. 37th question. Who among the following is or are not eligible for further office either in center or states after they cease to hold their respective offices? So first statement is Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Only this is the correct answer. Attorney General of India and members of UPSC are not correct. So only CAG is not eligible for further office either in center or state after he ceases to hold his office. So option B is a correct answer. Only one is correct. Coming to the 38th question, which of the following functions is or are performed by National Commission for Scheduled Tribes? So first statement is to suggest measures to be taken over conferring ownership rights in respect to minor forest produce to the scheduled tribes living in forest areas. Second statement, it is correct. Second statement is to inquire into specific compliance with respect to deprivation of rights and safeguards of scheduled tribes. This is also correct. Third statement is to suggest measures to be taken to ensure full implementation of the PISA Act, that is Panchayat Extension to Scheduled Areas Act 1996. So all these statements are correct. So option D is a correct answer. 39th question, which of the following is or are envisaged as right against exploitation in the Constitution? So first statement is right protection against arrest and detention. So first statement is not correct. It is not envisaged as right against exploitation under Constitution of India. So second statement, prohibition of employment of children in factories. So Article 23 and Article 24, that is traffic of prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor. So 23 and 24, both the articles are will come under right against exploitation. So option C is the correct answer. 40th question, which of the following statements is or are correct with regard to the Indian Independence Act 1947? So first statement is it provided that India can alter any law made by the British in relation to India, including India Independence Act of 1947. So first statement is correct. Second statement is it abolished the office of Governor General of India. No, it did not abolish it. It has under Article India Independence Act 1947, it has office of Governor General of India. For second statement is wrong. Coming to the third statement, though it declared India as independent, it did not proclaim the lapse of British paramountcy over Indian princely states. So third statement is also wrong because it proclaimed the lapse of British paramountcy over the Indian princely states and treaty relations with tribal areas from August 15th, 1947. So only option A is a correct answer. Coming to this 41st question, if any foreign territory becomes a part of India, then the power to specify that the people of foreign territory shall be the citizens of India is vested in the Union government. So option C is the correct answer. 42nd question, which of the following statements is or are correct regarding Article 17, that is abolition of untouchability? So first statement is it abolishes untouchability and its practice in any form. So first statement is correct. Second statement is untouchability has been defined under Article 17. No, it is not defined. So second statement is wrong. Third statement is it is available only against the state. So third statement is also wrong. Why? Because it is available against the center and state. Coming to the fourth statement is it is implemented by the Protection of Civil Rights Act 1955. So fourth statement is correct. So first and fourth statements are correct. So option B is a correct answer. Coming to the 43rd question, dark genome often seen in news refers to. Option A, those regions of DNA of which we have minimum knowledge and whose biological functions are not known much. It is correct. So option A is the correct answer. 44th question. Consider the following statements regarding State Public Service Commission. First statement is one half of the members of the commission should be persons from SC, ST or OBC. So first statement is wrong, because in this State Public Service Commission, one half of the members of the commission should have at least 10 years experience under Government of India or under Government of the state. So first statement is wrong. Coming to the second statement, members of the SPSC can be removed by the governor of the respective state. Here, second statement is also wrong. Why? Because the members of the State Public Service Commission are appointed by the governor, but they can only be removed by the president. So second statement is wrong. For both 1 and 2 statements are wrong. So option D is the correct answer. 45th question. Which of the following commissions or committee accepted language as a criteria for reorganization of states? So it is only Fazal Ali Commission. So Fazal Ali Commission accepted language as a criteria for reorganization of states. So option C is the correct answer. 46th question. Consider the following. Chairpersons of NHRC and SHRC are appointed by the president. So this first statement is wrong, because the chairperson and members of NHRC are appointed by president, but for SHRC the chairperson and members are appointed by the governor. Okay, so only chairperson of NHRC and members also are appointed by the president, but for SHRC it is appointed by the governor. So first statement is wrong. Coming to the second statement, only the president of India can remove the chairperson of NHRC and SHRC. So second statement is correct. So option B is the correct answer. So 47th question. A religious denomination must satisfy which of the following necessary conditions in order to exercise the freedom to manage religious affairs under Article 26. Statement number 1, group of individuals with a system of beliefs. Statement number 2, a group with a common organization. Statement number 3, collective has a distinctive name. Next, so here for a religious the necessary conditions to exercise religious affairs under Article 26 is the group of individuals with a system. There should be a group of individuals with a system of belief, and a group of individuals with a common organization, and collective so it should have a distinctive name. So all these 3 statements are correct, but having own religious text or a religious leader is not required. So 1, 2, 3 are correct. So option A is the correct answer. 48th question. Which of the following is or are the fundamental duties under Part 4A of the Constitution of India? So first statement is to develop scientific temper and humanism. Yes, this is one of the fundamental right. Next is to encourage the participation of workers in management of industries. This is not included. To pay taxes, to cast vote, all these are not included. So only first statement, that is to develop scientific temper and humanism, is only included in 40 fundamental duties. So option A is the correct answer. 49th question. Which of the following elements form a part of basic structure of the Constitution as laid down by various court judgments? So there should be, the first statement is secular character of the Constitution. So it in preamble also secularism is mentioned. So next is, second statement is separation of power between legislature and executive. It is also needed, and it is also a part of basic structure. Next is socialist state. Socialist state is also Socialist state is not present. So principle of reasonableness is also present in basic structure. So secular characteristic of the constitution, separation of power between legislature and executive, and principle of reasonableness. 1, 2 and 4 are the correct answers. So option D is the correct answer. 50th question, which of the following is or are common to both interest group and people movement? First statement is both attempt to influence politics without directly taking part in electoral competition. First statement is correct. Next is both have a loose organization where decision making is informal and flexible. No, people's movement doesn't have any loose organization. Next is both are largely dependent on spontaneous mass participation. No, so 2 and 3 are wrong, only 1 is correct, so option A is the correct answer. 51st question, consider the following statement. An amendment of the constitution can be initiated only by a prior permission of the president. No, it is not required. So an amendment can be introduced by introducing a bill in either house of the parliament. And the second statement is all constitutional amendment bills must be passed in each house by a simple majority. So here the constitutional amendment bills must be passed in each house by not less than 2/3 of the members of the house present and voting. That means it should be having a special majority. So both the statements are wrong. So option D is the correct answer. 52nd question, consider the following statements in the context of preamble of the constitution. So the preamble states that the constitution derives its authority from the Constituent Assembly of India. No, it derives its authority from the people of India. First statement is wrong. Next statement is Indian constitution was first constitution in the world to begin with the preamble. Second statement is also wrong because American constitution was the first constitution to begin with preamble. The third statement is preamble is a part of constitution and gives clarity in interpretation of constitution. So only third statement is correct. So option B is the correct answer. 53rd question, if the President of India exercises his powers as provided under Article 359 of the Constitution, then option A, the President can promulgate ordinance of any state. Option B, which it is not correct. Option B, the power of High Court are subsumed by the Supreme Court. It is also not correct. Option C is the President is empowered to suspend the enforcement of some fundamental rights. So this is correct. So if a President of India exercises his power as provided under Article 359 of the Constitution, then the President is empowered to suspend the enforcement of some fundamental rights. 54th question, xenotransplantation recently in news. Option A, it is a technique of moving a plant from one location to another. Option B, that is wrong. Option B is transplantation of organs among different species. So option B is the correct answer. 55th question, consider the following statements with reference to martial law in India. So the Indian Constitution under Article 34 defines martial law. So first statement is wrong because martial law has not been defined anywhere in the Constitution. Coming to the second statement, both martial law and national emergency can be imposed in any part of India. So second statement is correct. So Article 34 provides for restriction of fundamental rights while martial law is enforced in any area. Okay, so coming to the so here option B is a correct answer, only second one is correct. 56th question, with reference to the representation of people belonging to scheduled castes and scheduled tribes while implementing reservation and promotion in India, consider the following statements. So the first statement is, the state is obligated to collect quantifiable data showing the inadequacy of representation of section of people in public employment. Second statement is, assessment on the inadequacy of representation of the reserved categories in promotional posts is left to the central government. So here only first statement is correct, because the state is obliged to collect quantifiable data showing the inadequacy of representation of the section of people in public employment. So only first statement, option A is the correct answer. 57th question, Indian Council Act of 1861 introduced which of the following provisions for the first time? Option A, power to issue ordinances in Indian administration. First statement is correct. Second statement is nomination of Indians as non-official members to Viceroy's Council. Second statement is also correct. And the third statement is the new office of Secretary of State for India was established. So third statement is wrong. Only 1 and 2 are correct. So option B is a correct answer. 58th question, the expression Union of India under Article 1 of the Constitution includes which of the following? First statement is states, second is union territories, third is territories that may acquire in future. So here the correct answer is only states. Option A is the correct answer. 59th question, here the expression territory of India under Article 1 of the Constitution include states, union territories, territories that India may acquire in future, and Union of India includes only states. Okay, territory of India under Article 1 includes state, union territories and territories that may be acquired in future, but Union of India only includes states. 59th question, which of the following is or are defining features of parliamentary form of government in India? So first statement is watertight separation of power between executive, legislative and judiciary. It is wrong. It is not watertight. Second statement is the executive is responsible to the legislature. Yes, second statement is correct. And the third statement is division of power between center and states. So it is one of the it is also not future of parliamentary form of government. So only second statement is correct. So option C is the correct answer. So here some of the features of parliamentary form of government are executive is responsible to legislature, presence of nominal and real executive, majority party rule, membership of ministers in legislative, leadership of prime minister and dissolution of lower house. All these are the features of parliamentary form of government. 68th question, which of the following is or are correct with reference to right to property? So it is a legal right. First statement is correct. Second statement is it can be curtailed by an ordinary law of the parliament. Second also is correct. Third statement is in case of violation, the aggrieved person can directly move to Supreme Court for its enforcement. Option C, third statement is wrong. It can't move directly to the Supreme Court for its enforcement. So only 1 and 2 statements are correct. So option A is the correct answer. 61st question, which of the following principles were included in the objective resolution passed by Constituent Assembly? So here first statement is powers and authority of independent India and its constitution shall flow from the people. It is correct. Second statement is minorities and other backward classes will be provided adequate safeguards. This is also correct. Third statement is India will make a full and willing contribution to the promotion of world peace. So third statement is also correct. So Option A is the correct answer. 62nd question, bungloti, which was recently in use, is option A, an extinct species of native bird. It is wrong. Option B, the tribal festival of Onge tribes. It is also wrong. The option C, a species of plant used to make dyes. Option C is correct answer. Bungloti is a species of plant used to make dyes. 63rd question, members of Constituent Assembly of India were option A, directly elected. First statement, directly elected. It is the members of Constituent Assembly are not directly elected, so first statement is wrong. Second statement is indirectly elected, it is correct. And the third is nominated. So the members of the Constituent Assembly of India were indirectly elected and nominated. So 2 and 3 are correct. So option C is the correct answer. 64th question, Indian Constitution is called a living document because statement number 1, Indian Constitution is open to changes as per the changing needs of the society. Yes, Article 368 provides it. And the second statement is the Constitution provides enough flexibility of interpretation for both political class and judiciary. So even second statement is also correct. So option C is the correct answer. 65th question, with reference to UPSC, which of the following statements is or are correct? First statement is it is mandated with the classification of services and cadre management of selected candidates. So it is not that one. First statement is wrong. Second statement is it presents its annual performance report to the parliament. This is also wrong. Third statement is its jurisdiction can be extended by an act made by the parliament. Only 3 is correct answer. So option C is a correct answer. 66th question, according to the preamble of the Constitution as adopted by the Constituent Assembly, which of the following adjectives was or were used to define Indian Republic? So the sovereign, democratic, or only these both are adjectives which were used to define Indian Republic. So option B is a correct answer. 2 and 4. 67th question, with reference to Joint Public Service Commission, consider the following statements. First statement is it can be created by President on the request of state legislatures concerned. So it is nowhere created by the President. Directly, the Constitution makes the provision for it. So first statement is wrong. Second statement is its members hold office for a term of 6 years or until they attain the age of 62 years, whichever is earlier. So second statement is correct. Third statement is it provides its annual report to the president. So here third statement is also wrong. It provides its annual report only to the concerned state governors. So 1 and 3 are wrong. So they have asked whichever is not correct. So 1 and 3, that is option C is a correct answer. 68th question, with reference to the Solicitor General of India, consider the following statement. So first statement is the office of Solicitor General of India is mentioned in the Indian Constitution. So Solicitor General office is nowhere mentioned in the Constitution. So first statement is wrong. Second statement is the role of Solicitor General is to assist the Attorney General in the fulfillment of his responsibilities, official responsibilities. So only second statement is correct. So option D is a correct answer. 69th question, who among the following first put forward the idea of Constituent Assembly for India? It is M.N. Roy. Option B is a correct answer. 70th question, consider the following statements regarding North Atlantic Treaty Organization, that is NATO. So first statement is it is committed to the principle that an attack against one of its members is considered as an attack against all. Second statement is its headquarters is in Belgium. So both the statements are correct. So option C is the correct answer. 71st question, consider the following statements. The conversion of federal structure of India into a unitary one during an emergency has been borrowed from Weimar Constitution of Germany. Here, the conversion of federal structure of India into a unitary one is a unique feature of Indian Constitution. Okay, so first statement is wrong. Second statement is the suspension of fundamental rights during an emergency. This suspension of fundamental rights is been during an emergency is being borrowed from the Weimar Constitution of Germany. Okay, so both these statements are wrong. So option D is a correct answer. 72nd question, consider the following statements with regard to Parliament's power to reorganize the states. So first statement is any bill contemplating the changes can be introduced in Parliament only with prior recommendations of the President. So first statement is correct. Coming to the second statement, under Article 3, the Parliament's power to diminish areas of the states includes the power to cede Indian territory to a foreign state. So second statement is wrong. Coming to the third statement, any bill aiming to reorganize the states shall be passed in Parliament by a special majority. So it is not needed. So only first statement is correct. So option A is the correct answer. 73rd question, with the reference to the Advocate General of India, consider the following statements. So first statement is he is appointed by governor. So first statement is correct. Coming to the second statement, he must be at least 35 years of age to be appointed as Advocate General of India. Here there is no age limit for the appointment of Attorney General. Okay, so statement 2 is not at all mentioned. So 2 is not considered. So it is wrong. Third statement is his remuneration is decided by the governor. So 1 and 3 statements are correct. So option C is the correct answer. 74th question, which of the following writs can be issued against the private individual as well as the public authority? So first is habeas corpus. Now here habeas corpus means it can be issued against a private individual as well as public authority. Coming to the mandamus is an order from the court to an inferior government official, ordering the government official to properly fulfill the official duties or correct an abuse of discretion. Okay, coming to the prohibition means forward. So it is issued by High Court to lower court or tribunal to prevent the latter from executing its jurisdiction or surpassing a jurisdiction that it does not possess. So only habeas corpus can be issued against private as well as public authorities. So option 1, that is only A is correct. Option A is the correct answer. 5th question, consider the following statements regarding Article 33 of the Constitution. So first statement is the power to make laws under Article 33 is conferred only on Parliament and not on the state legislatures. So first statement is correct. Coming to the second statement, the laws made under Article 33 cannot be challenged in any court for violation of any fundamental right. So second is also correct. And the third one is laws made under Article 33 covers only combat employees and officers of armed forces. So here it is applicable to the members of armed forces or forces charged with the maintenance of public order. So option third statement is wrong. So only first and second are correct. So option A is the correct answer. 76th question, with reference to the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, which of the following statements are correct? So first statement is he is the head of Indian Audit and Accounts Department. It is correct. Coming to the second statement, he holds office for a period of 5 years or up to the age of 70 years, whichever is earlier. It is wrong because he holds office for a period of 6 years or up to the age of 65. Okay, and CAG is mentioned under Article 148. Okay, and the third statement is, so second statement is wrong. Coming to the third statement, Union Finance Minister can represent the CAG in the Parliament during his absence. It is wrong because no minister can represent CAG in Parliament and no minister can be called upon to take any responsibility for any actions done by him. So second and third statements are wrong, only one is correct, so option A is the correct answer. Coming to the 77th question, which of the following situations can be considered proper for the imposition of president rule in the state? So the first statement is maladministration in the state. The second statement is so maladministration in the state doesn't lead to president rule. So first one is not included. Coming to the second one, the government is deliberately acting against constitution. So in this case, president rule can be applied. And the third statement is a constitutional direction of central government is disregarded by the state government. So even in this case, president rule can be disposed. So 2 and 3 are the correct answer. So option C is the correct answer. 78th question, which of the following provisions were added to the constitution through constitutional amendment? First statement is the president has to act in accordance with the advice of council of ministers. Yes, first statement is correct. Second statement is all the citizens who are not less than 18 years old are entitled to vote in the elections of Lok Sabha. Second statement is also correct. Coming to the third statement, the state can make special provisions for the advancement of socially and educationally backward classes. So all these statements are correct. All these are the provisions added to the constitution through the constitutional amendments. So here Article 74 Clause 1 by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act says that there shall be a council of ministers with the Prime Minister at the head to aid and advise the President. So first one is introduced through 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act under Article 74 Clause 1. And coming to this year, all the citizens, so under 61st Constitutional Amendment Act, the minimum age for voting was reduced to 18 years. Okay, and here under first Constitutional Amendment Act, which is added under 15 Clause 4 article, the state can make special provisions for the advancement of socially and educationally backward classes and citizens for SC/ST. So all these are added. So option D is the correct answer. 79th question. Recently, astronomers detected a rare giant eruption of ultra-long periodic magnetar in space. In the context, consider the following statements under about the ultra-long period magnetar. So first statement is these are high energy neutron stars that possess intense magnetic fields. It is correct. The second statement is the emission of magnetars is highly linearly polarized, bright, and is visible across the broad frequency range. So second statement is also correct. So option C is the correct answer. 80th question. Directive principles of state policy have been useful to India because. So first statement is they are intended to fill the vacuum in part 3 by providing for social and economic rights. So first statement is correct. Second statement is they help courts in exercising judicial review. It is also correct. And the third statement is they enable the opposition to exercise influence and control over the operations of the government. So all these three are correct. So option D is the correct answer. 81st question. The citizen may lose his or her citizenship when he or she. First statement is voluntarily acquires citizenship of any other foreign state. Yes, under Article 9. So if a person voluntarily acquires citizenship of foreign state, so then she or he will immediately lose Indian citizenship. So first statement is correct. Second statement is unlawfully traded and or communicated with enemy during the law. Second is also correct. Third is obtained citizenship by fraud. So in these cases, all these cases, a citizen may lose citizenship. So option D is the correct answer. 82nd question. Takht or throne is a seat of temporal authority of Sikhs. So in this respect, consider the following statements. So here, first statement is, at present, Sikhs recognize 5 places as takhts which were in Punjab. So 5 places are there, but all are not there in Punjab. 4 are there in so here 5 places are there, but only 3 are in Punjab. So first statement is wrong. Next, 4 takhts are linked to Guru Granth Sahib. So second statement is correct. Coming to the third statement, Shiromani Gurudwar Prabandhak Committee appoints the Jatedars to all takhts. So it is also wrong. So only second statement is correct. So option A is the correct answer. 83rd question. Which among the following constitutional amendments fall under the scope of Article 368? So first statement is termination of citizenship. Second statement is creation of legislative councils in the state. And the third statement is inclusion of new directive principles of state policy. So only first and second statements are correct. So option D is a correct answer. So option D is 1 and 2 statements are correct. Option D is correct answer. Now coming to the 84th question, with reference to the Attorney General of India, consider the following statements. First statement is, he must be a person who is qualified to be appointed as the judge of the Supreme Court. So first statement is correct. Second statement, he receives a remuneration as Parliament may determine. So here it is not determined by Parliament, it is determined by President. So second statement is wrong. Third statement is, he can take part in proceedings of both houses of Parliament or their joint sitting. So 1 and 3 statements only are correct. So option D is the correct answer. 85th question, which of the following could come under reasonable restrictions provided by the Constitution on freedom of speech and expression? Article 19 clause 2. So here, first statement is lack of leaking classified materials by intelligence order. First statement is correct. So this has reasonable restriction. Next is giving speech to take up arms. This also is included. This is also correct. Third statement is speech which can hamper the stability of government in Lok Sabha. So this is wrong. And fourth statement is contempt of court. So in the cases of first, second and fourth statements, these come under the reasonable restrictions. So option A is the correct answer. Now coming to the 86th question, which of the following directive principles is or are based on Gandhian principles? So first statement is to promote equal justice and to provide free legal aid. It is not a Gandhian principle. Second statement is to raise a level of nutrition and standard of living of the people and to improve public health. This is also not Gandhian principle. The third statement is to organize village panchayats and endow them with necessary powers and authorities to enable them to function as units of self-government. So third statement is a Gandhian principle. So option B is the correct answer. 87th question, which of the following protections is or are available as a fundamental right under the Constitution to a person detained under a preventive detention law? So the first statement is, the grounds of detention should be communicated to the detainee even after it is against public interest. No, it can't be communicated. So, first statement is wrong. Second statement is the detainee must be released after 24 hours unless the magistrate authorizes further detention. Even second is also not correct. Third statement is the detainee must be offered an opportunity to make a representation against the detention order. So, third statement is correct. So, option A is the correct answer. Now coming to the 88th question, consider the following statements. So first statement is revocation of president's rule in a state requires parliamentary approval. So it is not needed. First statement is wrong. Second statement is 44th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1978 restrained the power of Parliament to extend a proclamation of President rule. So it is correct. So option B is the correct answer. Consider the following 89th question. Consider the following statements regarding Constituent Assembly. So first statement is it was fully a sovereign body. So it is wrong. It was fully a sovereign body. That means independent body. So yes, first statement is correct. Coming to the second statement, it could abrogate or alter any law made by the Parliament, British Parliament in relation to India. Second statement is also correct. Coming to the third statement, princely states never joined the assembly. So it is wrong. They joined the assembly. They are nominated. So option A is the correct answer. 90th question, which of the following statements is not correct with respect to the Government of India Act 1919? So first option A is it divided the provincial subjects into reserved and transferred. It is correct. Option B, it introduced the bicameral legislature at the center with upper house and lower house. Second, B also is correct. Option C, this act authorized states to enact their own budget. Option C is also correct. Option D, it provided for separate electorates for Muslims, Sikhs and Anglo-Indians for the first time. So it is wrong because the separate electorate for Muslims, Sikhs and Anglo-Indians for the first time was provided under Government of India Act of 1909. So option D is not correct. So this is the answer. 91st question, he was born in Tamil Nadu and is most respected Acharya in the philosophy of Sri Advaita Vaishnavism. He is famous as an chief proponent of Vishishtadvaita subschool of Vedanta and wrote influential texts such as Bhashya. Which of the following personalities is being described in the passage? So Sri Ramanujacharya is the correct answer. 92nd question, which of the following statements? Consider the following statements. So the citizens of India own allegiance to both union and state. So it is wrong because the citizens of India own allegiance only to the union, not state. So first statement is wrong. Next statement is in India only a citizen by birth is eligible for the office of president. So it is wrong. In India both, that is a citizen by birth as well as naturalized citizen, are eligible for office of president. So only 2 is correct. So option B is a correct answer. Now coming to the 93rd question, which with the reference to the theory of basic structure, consider the following statements. First statement is it emerged in the Keshavananda Bharati case. Yes, first statement is correct. Coming to the second statement, it weaknesses the balance between rigidity and flexibility of Indian constitution. So second statement is not correct. Only first statement is correct. 94th question, which of the following statements is or are correct regarding Article 20, that is protection in respect of conviction of offences? So first statement is no ex post facto laws shall be enacted whether civil or criminal matters. So the first statement is wrong. Coming to the second statement, protection against self-incrimination covers protection against giving thumb impression and blood specimens. This is also not included. And the third statement is, in case of corruption charges against a public servant, either the court or department should take action to avoid double jeopardy. So even third statement is also not correct. So option D is a correct answer. Coming to the 95th question, constitutionalism is a philosophy of limited government. Which of the following features of Indian Constitution enforce this philosophy? So fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, fundamental duties. So only fundamental rights is the correct answer. So option A is the correct answer. 96th question, if a national emergency is declared on the grounds of armed rebellion, first statement is fundamental rights under Article 19 are automatically suspended. So this is wrong. It is not suspended. Second statement is president can suspend the right to move to the court for the enforcement of fundamental rights. So only this is correct. Third statement is the enforcement of fundamental rights guaranteed by Article 21 and 22 cannot be suspended. So only in terms of national emergency, only option 2 is the correct answer. So option B is the correct answer. Now coming to 97th question, with reference to the Special Officer for Linguistic Minorities, consider the following statements. First statement is it was constituted under Article 350B of the Indian Constitution. So first statement is correct. Coming to the second statement, it can investigate all matters relating to the safeguards of provided for both linguistic and religious minorities under the Constitution. No, only first statement is correct. So option A is the correct answer. 98th question, which of the following initiatives of the government is or are said to be given effect to directive principles of state policy? First statement is old age pension schemes for people above 65 years. Second statement is adoption of Criminal Procedure Code 1973. Third statement, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. Fourth is the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Program. So all these are the initiatives that was adopted from the directive principles of state policy. 99th question, Team India wing of Niti Aayog comprises of. So option A, Prime Minister and Chief Executive Officer. No, it is not correct. Option B, representatives from every state and central ministry. So option B is the correct answer. 100th question, the Indian Constitution guarantees which of the following to the citizens? Option A, equity. First statement is equality of status. Second is equality of opportunity. Third is equality of outcomes. And fourth is equality before law. Here equality of outcomes is not present. So only 1, 2 and 4 are correct. So option D is the correct answer.